Hey you, my name is Dig That and I'm sitting here with Seer the Sixth in the G-Lock bar on Area 18. And we got a few things to talk about. Hopefully this is the first of many sit downs where we talk about a few things going on at Star Citizen. What's going on with you, Seer?
What's going on, brother? How you been?
All gravy, man. All good in the hood, man.
Excellent.
Tell everybody a little bit about yourself.
Hello everybody, and like Dig That said, I'm Seer the Sixth. I also have my own YouTube channel. I specialize in aerospace and analytics. I work for Boeing. I work on basically the real life version of the Starfarer Gemini. So I love my job. I love Star Citizen. Been here since 2014, and yeah, I plan to just grow with the community. Thanks for having me.
Sweet. And for anybody that happens to see this, I'm Dig That. I used to do, or I still do, a lot of Elite Dangerous stuff, but I've been branching over to Star Citizen and loving it. Space legs, man. Space legs.
Space legs.
Hey, how long have you been covering Star Citizen?
I officially started my YouTube channel last November, like right before the anniversary sale. So a little bit less than a year.
Okay, a little less than a year. I've been covering this since, I want to say March-ish.
Well, how you loving it?
I know that. I'm digging it, man. The community's been super cool. And, you know, I plan on being here for a good long while.
Well, let me be the first to say welcome to the family.
Thank you, my dude. Let me start this off here. One of the biggest things that people who have negative things to say, or just regular people that are concerned, they talk about development time.
Yep.
What's your thoughts on that,
man? It's kind of a bittersweet thing, honestly. I understand where they're coming from. It's been a long road because they had to first raise the money, then they had to build all the facilities so they can do their all the developing, and now they're finally getting to the spot 8 years later where they've developed most of the tools so they can actually start rolling things in. So it's kind of a love-hate relationship. Sometimes I get a little bitter, but I don't like to throw it out in the public. I just keep it to myself, and I just sit back and watch and say, hey, CIG, prove me wrong. Show me what's up with the next Inside Star Citizen, the next Reverse the Verse or Star Citizen Live, and, you know, just updates, transparency like they promised.
Okay. Yeah, I feel you on that. To me, like, I look at the same points as you. They had to start from the ground up. They're building 2 games simultaneously.
Yep.
And it just takes a while. If they put 2 Grand Theft Autos back to back, you get the same amount of development time. Plus, they're building a lot of the tech from the ground up. So
oh yeah,
they're making amazing things that don't even exist yet. So I can appreciate what they got to do. I'm just here for the finished game. I'm here for the ride right now. It's good. Like as is, it's really good. So I can imagine that it's going to be insane in the future.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying what the game, quote unquote, has to offer right now, so I enjoy it.
Like, would you tell people it's a game? That's one of the things that people that haven't invested yet or haven't pledged yet always ask is it a game? Is it a full game?
This one's hard to answer because this is opinion based, really. I would say since it's an alpha, it's not really a game yet, but I consider it a game because I sit down and I can enjoy it and play around and hang out with friends, be sociable. To me, it's a game, regardless if it's done or not, regardless if it's out of alpha. So I tell my friends it's a game, but I tell them that I think they should wait and watch before they put down some money and get into the development cycle as well, like contribute to it.
Yeah, I probably said the same thing. I've actually made a video about it, things to consider before you buy.
I did see it. It was fantastic.
Right on, man. Appreciate that. If you haven't bought the game yet, I would take a look at it because there's a few questions that may persuade you to get it or may, you know, persuade you to wait. It's not a finished game. It's not gonna be finished for a while, but there's a lot to do here. It's fun. You got cool places like this bar.
Oh yeah. Get turned up.
Yes, sir. You can come in all buttoned up like my man Seer here. You can come in bummy like me. Doesn't matter. Oh, I see. I got the grimace on my face. Not too bad though.
Mean mugging me right now.
Right? Like, yo, man, you know you got next round, right?
All right. I put on my tab. All right. So my first question to you is, when this game is finally released, what do you plan on doing? Like, what's your overall? Do you like exploration, industry? Do you like combat? What's up with you?
I probably put combat last on the list. I do like it, but it's not my priority. I want to do a little bit of everything, but I'm really anxious to dive into the professions. I want to get out there and be useful. I want to ride on. I know a lot of people are buying like the Cutlass Red and the other medical ships. I want to be a medic on there. Help people come back. Save some limbs, some stuff like that. But also want to do, if Saddleball's still a thing, I want to do that. Be a professional sports player or a journalist. Hop on the Mako.
Yeah. Yep.
Get some cool shots. Yeah.
I gotta play around for that for a bit. The only thing I did not like was the fact that they had that crosshair on the camera. It's like how you supposed to get those cinematic juicy shots if you gotta. It's like, come on, CIG. But yeah, I'm sure they'll get that fixed soon.
Yeah.
All right, right on. I like that. Helping people's always the good way to go.
Yeah, about that crosshair, I'm wondering I kind of want them to keep it or replace it with a rule of thirds grids, but something you can toggle on and off, because it'd be nice to be able to frame your shots exactly how you want.
Yeah, I can go along with that. That makes sense. Totally makes sense.
Yeah, it would be cool if like those news broadcasts will be streamed on like the screens on your inside your ship, like at the foot of the 300i bed.
Oh yeah, that'd be nice. Just chilling and watching. Shoot. Well,
what are you looking forward to?
Let's see. I look forward to the combat logistics gameplay. I'm all for it. That's what I did. That's kind of what I did in the Marine Corps. So basically, it's if people are too busy fighting, I'm the guy in the background that you don't see that's making everything happen. Resupplying people, refueling people, repairing, getting them back into the fight, keeping the good fight going.
Okay.
That's what I mainly want to do.
So you want to take your real job and put it in the game too. You want to do it 24/7, huh?
Brother, that's that's my whole life. I've always been the guy in the background. I love it. It's fun.
That's cool, man. That's cool that you can actually apply that in the game. That's dope.
It's pretty nice. I'm not gonna lie.
How do you see some of that stuff working, or how would you like it to work?
How I would like combat logistics to work in general is that if somebody needs something, they could either put out a beacon, or what I would like to do is make some kind of third-party thing, kind of like Game Glass, where if someone needs something and I'm like in Star Citizen and they're within my server, I can get the ship, get the materials I need, and go respond. Or I can like I can make my own little website. I can do a website, and if I know there's gonna be a battle going on, they can add me, and then I could be on station or within a closed sector, so that I can also provide logistical support as well, something like that. Or just be on the ship and just do the micro things, like be a technician, like what I do now, just be a technician on a ship and run the avionics system, because that's my specialty. I run all avionics and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's gonna be a little tough messing with people like you, because you got it. You already know how to do all this stuff. Everybody like me is gonna be feeling my way around this stuff, how to get it done. You already got the whole.
Once you've been doing it for so long, it's like muscle memory. So I just love applying what I do and just teaching people how it could be done in a game, especially of this scale when it involves a lot of aviation. Like when I started playing this game, I realized that a lot of stuff that I do now could easily be applied. So I literally will try things in the game that I try in real life just for the heck of it and see what I can get out of my ship. It's pretty fun.
Dope. Dig that, man. What do you think about how they just reorganized the roadmap?
I love it. If you were here for 3.0, you would be rejoicing, because 3.0 was like one of the hardest pushes so far, and it like laid down for what we have now, but we're finally getting gameplay loops. I am thrilled. I'm happy we're not just getting ships that have no purpose because they have no gameplay loops. Like, they released the Reclaimer in I think it was 3.1 or 3.2. I can't really remember. I would have to go back and look, which I don't want to do. But it's like, if you add a ship that doesn't have a gameplay loop, it's just to me it's useless. So I'm happy that they're finally adding things like, for 3.7, they're adding caves, and with caves they're adding FPS mining, and you're going to be able to do fuel mining. So if you've been following that, they're adding quantum fuel mining and hydrogen fuel mining, which is going to lay down the basis for the whole fuel changes that's supposed to be coming here soon. And it's going to be done by the salvaging team, which is one of the teams that is making another gameplay loop. So I'm really excited. That tells us right now by, I think, July frame of next year, we're going to have a solid gameplay loop for fuel. We should see the Starfarer Gemini finally and the Starfarer finally get its functions, which actually gives people who don't want to do combat incentive to come back into the game. I can provide combat logistics there by refueling people. So, I mean, it gives me more of a purpose rather than just doing tier 1 mining and stuff like that. I'm really excited. I'm very excited.
I'm pretty easy. Like, I knew I kind of figured they were going to make some changes. They made a lot of changes.
Oh my goodness.
And I didn't get to take a look and inventory every single one, but I was a little disappointed that they pushed back the salvage for the refueling. I'm glad that they focused on one rather than trying to get both done. But gameplay wise, I was a little more looking forward to the salvage rather than the refueling. Refueling will work, but I just wanted to get on some reclaimer action. I don't own one, but that would have been dope to be crew on that.
Dude, I don't blame you.
You know?
I do not blame you. This has been pushed back over a year now. Every single time people have seen it on the roadmap, it's been pushed back. Like, it's getting closer and closer, it gets pushed back. So I totally agree with you. I'm happy and sad, but this now means they have over 6 months to get it done, to lay down a really good tier 1 0, because tier 1 0, wow, tier 0, because that's going to be the foundation. So if they get it done right, and then we give them the good feedback, they could just build off of that and make a really great salvaging gameplay that everybody's going to be able to enjoy. So I really look forward to it, though.
I could dig that. The first person mining, that's going to be interesting because you're on foot, you got a backpack to fill up, and what's down there that's going to make enough money to be worth the effort? That's what I'm thinking about.
I'm thinking of what I would like to see for tier 0 is possibly the more, actually I wouldn't say the more dangerous, but you're going to be able to find, I want to see the basics for now. Like, you're going to find titanium, quartz, diamond, and in the future it would make more sense. The more valuable the stuff is, the harder it is to reach. Like, the planet's going to be terrestrial, and then in the future I would like to see, like, you're going to find creatures in there that you're going to have to defend yourself from, because they could sneak up on you. Players could kill you as well. So, like, you're going to leave your ship out there. If someone scans and they see your ship just parked, then they could just fly down there, either steal your ship or kill you, take all your stuff that you've already mined, then they take your ship and fly away if you have a better ship. You know what I mean? So this is already a good thing for people who want to provide security and do some mercenary stuff. Like, hey, I want to mine, dig that, I'll give you 10 grand, you provide me security, so then we all can benefit. So it adds more than just mining. It adds more purpose for people who enjoy combat too.
Yeah, see, I love that, combining two disciplines for some cooperative action.
Mm-hmm.
Loving that part.
Yep. It gives people incentive again. I'm happy. I'm saying that a lot. I'm really happy though.
Man, I'm thinking this is a really good opportunity, a really good time for them to bring out the motorcycles.
Oh, I wish. I really wish.
Who knows if they will, but think about it, because they're opening up the caves, right? So you go down in whatever ship you got your motorcycle in the back of it. You land, get out your motorcycle, go find a cave, dig up some stuff, put it in your backpack, ride your bike back to your ship, dump that off, and repeat.
Rinse, repeat.
That'd be perfect, man.
Yeah, that really would. I really like the bikes. For me, it's that they need to get a better road system down, because in Hurston you have roads everywhere in Hurston. It's not emphasized on the fact that you're gonna bounce off rocks. You can legit drive around. I really think they need to do that in other places too. Make more roads, streamlined places, like a road from one outpost to another, and put like tiny little outposts somewhere. That would be cool. But I really like the way you think, and you also can do that with like the Dragonfly and the Nox too. But for like, I like the bikes better. They just seem way cooler.
You know what? The one thing I was thinking about with the bikes was, is it just for, riding across open terrain? Because I would love for Area 18 one day to get some streets some city streets
Yep.
that you could ride on.
Oh man, that would be awesome.
Yeah, that
Blade
would be
Runner
super
all
dope.
over again.
Right?
Man, you really like the
They
bikes,
need some
though.
streets.
The bikes are nice. But that leads me to this. So, what is your favorite ship so far that you've seen, even if it's in a JPEG?
The the Starliner, Genesis Starliner.
Nice.
And I can't see a lot of people loving that, but I dig it. It just reminds me of, makes me think of movies like The Fifth Element and even what's that Kevin Hart airline movie?
Oh man, I think I forgot.
Soul Plane.
Yeah, Soul Plane. Oh, that was a good movie too.
Yeah, I just think it'd be kind of dope, man, to ferry passengers. And there's my thing with passengers. Of course, there's going to be some people that just need a ride, which I don't see being too often. So you think it's more NPCs as passengers, or?
Yes, I feel like for the ships like that, it's going to be more of NPCs. For me, that literally reminds me of the 737. I used to work on that too. So that reminds me of that. You carry 90 people. You take them from Hurston to ArcCorp and back, or somewhere, and then you have your touring ships. Like you have the 600i, you have the 890 Jump now, and then you have the Constellation Phoenix. I feel like those luxury touring are going to be for higher echelon NPCs that you can do touring missions for. Then you're going to have things like the Genesis Starliner, which you like, which is going to be for just mass transportation. You're still going to make good money off of it. That's a ship that I really want to get in game too.
So what's your favorite ship?
Oh man, my favorite ship. I'm looking at it right now because I got a huge poster that's cut into 3. It's the Mercury Star Runner. That is my favorite ship so far.
I was talking to Zwade. He said the same thing. So you like the refueling aspect, or you like the look of it, or you like everything about it?
I like the aesthetics of the Star Runner. It's just, to me, it looks beautiful. It's the only asymmetrical, one of the only asymmetrical ships I actually enjoy. The only other one's the Caterpillar. Not a fan of the Corsair's asymmetrical design because of the wings. The aviation guy in me kind of goes a little crazy. But I think data running will be great because intel. In real life, if you have intel, it pays well to either keep that information or save it. So I feel like if I was to find, relay a message, or give people sell them my data, then I can use it to benefit them. I feel like the Mercury Star Runner role will tie in when we get mines, because if I'm sitting out there and I intercept a message and some NPC's putting up mines in a location that's UEE, because I feel like the Nautilus is going to be an advocacy ship as well. If I'm going into a place I'm not allowed to go to, they're going to set up mines to restrict access more. And if I find that information, I can go to a terminal of an illegal source and sell that information if they're willing to pay me the price via kiosk. So that's why I like that ship. Not much of the smuggling, because it actually has really minor smuggling. It's the whole concept of it being a data runner, which is what I like.
Okay, I had it confused. I always get the Starliner, the Star Runner, and
Starfare.
What are the Starfare? Yeah,
It's
I
all
always get
good,
all
man.
the starships.
It's all good. There's so many stars.
Yeah. So it's a data runner.
Yes, sir, it is.
Yeah, I gotta check that out because I was messing around in the Drake Herald the other night, and that's an interesting ship.
It's
probably
fast
one of the
little
most. It is, and I wasn't ready for that. That thing in a straight line is a beast.
You're like, you take off. You're like, all right, let's see what this baby can. Oh, I'm going fast. Like you're about to pass out.
Yeah. I took off from Levski, and just 2 seconds, I'm in asteroids.
Yes. Yep, I know exactly.
Crashing into everything because it's a beast in a straight line, but that thing can't turn to save his life, man.
Nope, it's a long
once it gets going. Yeah. It is, man. It really is. I was thinking that it would be cool if, you know how they got the new mining mechanic they've been talking about, or not mining, but dropping mines.
Yeah.
So I was thinking that would be cool if mines had, or minefields had command codes that, somebody could steal those command codes or bribe somebody for them and then take off in a Mercury Star Runner and sell them to the highest bidder. I think that would be a cool way of combining the two.
Yep. That's why I'm excited for both mines and this ship as well, the Star Runner. This Mercury Star Runner.
Dig that. Oh, man. The Carrack, man, is way bigger than I thought when they first announced it. I haven't looked at it since then. I started taking a look at some of the concept art. Woo, things a beast.
Believe it or not, the Carrack actually got bigger and then it got smaller.
Oh, is that right?
Yes, last year they actually announced that they're going to make it smaller, and the community, some people from the community did not like that, but it made sense because it was bigger for no reason. If the ship is big and it's taking up and has empty space in it, you're not making the ship effectively and efficiently. So they made it smaller so that everything would just fit how it should and leave no empty room. Because it's not like you can fit more stuff in the empty space. People just wanted bigger because they assume bigger is better. That's not necessarily the case.
True.
The Carrack is like the mother of all ships, and I definitely am picking one up because I'm really, really hoping that out of all the ships that they can push back, that they put the Carrack on the forefront for all the ships being released for 3.8 this year.
The Carrack and the Taurus, they were both supposed to be end of the year, right?
The Taurus, last time I checked, was at the beginning of next year with the Vulture. That got pushed back. The Taurus is not even on the roadmap anymore, which again, I'm kind of shocked because, like we said before the stream, it's the only constellation that's not out yet. Like, I wouldn't think it would take that long to make it, but of course I'm not a game developer, so I don't know what exactly entails on getting it done. But the Carrack, as long as I can remember, the Carrack has always been 3.8. I'm pretty sure once they redid, I think it was at the beginning of the year, once they showed what was in store for this year, that's when they showed the Carrack at the end of the year. Because everyone was going crazy. I saw Nubifire's video of the roadmap update, and he showed like 3.8, the Carrack, the mother of all ships. And I was like, oh snap.
Well, I can't wait to see it now.
Especially
with the redesign.
It's a really good, on paper, it's a really good ship. It's supposed to be like exploration, tier 3 medical bay, drones for scanning sensor array, then a rover inside, a lot of SCU. So it's like a perfect flagship, really.
So to put that in perspective with the medical bays, the 890 Jump is tier 2, right? Their medical bay?
Yes, sir, it's tier 2.
Okay. Do you know what tier 3 means? What the differences are?
If I remember correctly, tier 3 basically means you're able to put people who have limbs removed, you can put cybernetic limbs on them. So if...
Oh, wow.
Yeah, like you have tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3. Tier 2 is supposed to be able to bring limbs back that are like close to near death, but if the limbs are dead, then in the future, then that limb's going to have to get removed and replaced. So I'm pretty sure tier 2 will repair them, but if it's gone, you're going to have to go to a tier 3 med bay.
It's going to be so funny, man. Like, having all your limbs might be a rare thing.
Yeah, it's supposed to work with Death of a Spaceman, but that article is so outdated, it's not even funny. With the scope that they projected and with the community saying, hey, we want more and more, I don't think an article that was made in 2013 will make sense for a game like this now. I don't know if you read Death of a Spaceman, but
it's been a while, but yeah.
Yeah, it's really weird, but I mean, people say it's permadeath. It's not necessarily permadeath if you're able to get your stuff back. It's just going to get heavily taxed. And it's not like when the first time you die, you're going to die. Well, it depends on where it gets hit. You get hit in your body, but you'll die, respawn at the last known location or near the closest medical facility. So that could be on a planet, or if there's an NPC that has a what do you call them? The I'm drawing a blank here. The RSI medical ships. I all of a sudden lost the names. If you're near a medevac, you can spawn in the bay because it's considered a clinic, a flying clinic. Or if you have an Endeavor, with the medical modules, you can spawn in an Endeavor because that could basically be a huge respawning facility. That's
another thing that was on the roadmap that I don't see where they moved it, because it was
the Endeavor
3.8, 3.9
or medical.
No, the medical game.
Oh yeah, I did not see them. I think they took it off the roadmap. I think what we're going to see is we're going to see medical gameplay come out after sometime after Salvage. So I would think maybe Q3, Q4 next year. Because if they are now doing what they said they're going to do, which is they're going to take the time and do every single one, it would only make sense that 6 months to do fueling, 6 months to do salvaging, and then 6 months to do a good tier 0 medical gameplay. So that's what I think is going to happen. And then the Colors Red is going to be coming out here too soon. So I used to have that one. I called it the Space Plants because I'm retarded like that.
Space Plants. I don't know. There's so much that I want it all now. I think everybody wants it all now.
That's why I can't look at the roadmap. I get way too excited, and I'm just like, nope, I can't look.
Yeah.
I cannot look. It's just gonna drive me up the walls.
Yeah, it's like looking at a toy catalog in November when you're a kid.
Yes, exactly.
Hey man, so like I'm playing around with the camera right now. I know it might look a little goofy for this first episode. You know, I'm using the controller right now, but I also have a keyboard that I use for a lot of stuff. And then I fly with the holders, man. What control inputs do you use?
I use mouse and keyboard for everything except my camera controls. I will use my joystick so I can get really nice smooth pans, so it doesn't look like I have Parkinson's when I'm trying to get a pan with my mouse, because I'll jitter all over the place.
It's so weird because a lot of people are talking about, man, I can't wait till VR comes out, and if I'm getting a little doubtful about that. That just seems so far down the road, if ever. But if it did come out, how? Like between keyboard, mouse, and holders and controller, that sounds like a tough gig right there.
Man, somebody is going to do something and make it work. I mean, I've seen some people on Reddit say they play the game in VR through third-party software, but CIG making VR, I feel like that's going to be like way on the back of their list. They're not even worried about VR. They're worried about just Squadron 42 and then making more stuff for this game, let alone then give people more sense of immersion. Like, you know what I mean? That's like more of a necessity than necessary for the release of the game. I don't think we're going to see it for a while.
Yeah, same. It's, like I said, way down the road, if ever. But, I mean, if it does come out, somebody's going to revamp the control system, because it's a lot of stuff that I'm using. Like, if I got my controller in my lap, then I got my keyboard and mouse in front of me. And when I get my ship, I got my holders, and then on top of that, I'm using voice attack. And then sometimes I also have game glass cranked up. So I'm just surrounded by devices, man.
Oh, man. I just have my Virpil stick next to me, my Virpil throttle, and my 2 MFDs, and that's pretty much it. But I use that for DCS because I do a lot of flight sim flying. So rather than that, it's just mouse and keyboard for the most part. I fly all my ships with it.
Okay. Oh, wait, you got Virpil, but you fly with the mouse and keyboard?
Yeah. So I have a Virpil. I just have the stick and throttle. I don't have a dual joystick setup. I was thinking about it because Virpil is actually going to have the I think it's the Constellation Alphas. They're these brand new sticks that they're going to be coming out in November. So I'll probably invest in those for Christmas. Not sure yet, but right now I'm just fine with what I have. I have way too much toys, and my woman, she doesn't like it when I get a new toy, and whatever that toy's replacing, I don't get rid of. So she'll mean mug me for the next like 3 months every time I use it if I don't get rid of another one. So I can't afford to get anything else for the sake of my woman not going crazy on me.
For 3 months. So that means you gotta re-up every 5 months, 2 months apiece, and then re-up again.
Yep, exactly. or have to give her something in return, but she'll still mean mug me and give me crap for it.
You can't win, man. So you just gotta play your battles out wisely.
I know, right? Choose wisely.
So a lot of people that are jumping in ask me, or that are thinking about jumping in, what's the best starter ship? What would you say to them?
The Avenger Titan is the best starter ship you can get in terms of price and flexibility.
Yeah, so I'd say the same thing. Same exact thing. Because what you get because like the basic package is going to cost you $45, right?
Yeah, you might as well put the money down to get that.
Yeah, so that's an extra of, what, $5?
I think so. I would have to check on the website.
I think it's an extra $5.
Yeah.
So you spend $5 more. You got an Avenger. You've got 8 SCU of cargo space. You got a bed. Well, Aurora has a bed, but it is tiny, man.
Yeah. you have a,
not that matters, but it's just a little nicer to have a bigger bed.
Yeah, and you have a substantial more firepower compared to the Aurora or the Mustang Alpha.
Absolutely. And it can take a beating too.
Yes, it can. That little penguin can take a beating.
Yeah.
The space penguin for the win.
The space penguin. It reminds me of a NASA ship, like a space shuttle.
Yeah, it really does. That's Aegis for you. A lot of their stuff is legacy.
The cockpit definitely looks old school. It looks like a Cold War era throwback.
It is 100% one of the worst UIs ever because the ejection seat is right next to like the power on and off switch down at the left side of the console. So if you mess up, you're flying.
That's a great place. I never noticed that.
I've done my fair share. I'm like, gosh, why? Why can it not just be down the crotch like every other ship? You just pull the handle and you go.
That's hilarious, man. All right, man. So my beer has gotten quite warm. How about your wine?
Yeah.
It's looking like it's almost to the end of the cup there. We'll call this an episode. Hey, so what do you got coming up that people might want to check in with?
Let's see. I'm going to be releasing a video here soon about another weapons guide, but this time it's going to be on the P4 AR assault rifle. So I'm almost done with that. And then this week sometime, if I can get it out, it's going to be my Nautilus video that a lot of my subscribers have been looking forward to because how I go into depth. So I got a lot of info on that. I just got to start making my script, so stay tuned for that. And then I need to not neglect this throttle, and I need to make my review on the Virpil's brand new throttle. So I got to get around to that pretty quick here too before I start driving people crazy. So expect those 3 things this coming month at least.
Sounds good, man. Just in case anybody's interested, I'm working on the next episode of Star Citizen for Elite Dangerous Commanders. So I know a lot of people from both camps like to check on that. So go ahead and be looking out for that. Hopefully mid next week, should be able to see that.
Very nice.
But for now, I'm Dig That.
I'm Sir the Sixth. It's been a pleasure speaking with you, Dig That.
Likewise, my dude. We'll catch y'all later.
See you on the flip side.
Big thanks to the Dig That fam for your Patreon support. Super appreciated. Big 7-up salute to Commander Blackout, to Diedrichs, to the Mother, to Buster Boy, to Anthony Jackson, to Guillotine Girl, and to S to the M. My name is Dig That, and that's my time.